So, James, we're starting on a very, very sad note. There is no need to smile this morning. So, wipe off that smile off your face right now, because this news is a very sad one. One of our own legend who's had cause to make us laugh a great deal. Everything about him, his entire being makes it look like he lives his life just acting and just making people laugh, from his facial gestures and everything, his body language. I don't know when I've not seen him acting. So, I'm saying this to bring to your notice that one of Nollywood's finest comedian actors, I'm talking about John Okafor, aka Mr. Ibu, right now. I was shocked when I saw the videos on social media yesterday. Take us through the story.
Yeah, I mean, so there's sometime earlier in the year, or if not last year, I'm not very sure, but Mr. Ibu had, been hospitalized. Then there was a call for help or support as well. And this time around, I was even surprised when I saw it again. I couldn't have thought that he was back in the hospital again. And this time he's at the risk of losing, one of his legs. And there's no clear detail as to what ailment, his ailment he's dealing with. There's no clear. It's not stated at any point in the video that was released, but he's calling for help, that the doctor is trying. So it's seeming like some kind of I don't want to just say experiment, but when it comes to when people are not well, doctors come up with different variants of solutions to the answer. And where they are right now with it is that if the doctor tries what he's going to try right now and doesn't work, that the last option will be to cut a certain or one of the legs. I don't know, So that's definitely it's a cause of concern. And then he had his wife and daughter, both soliciting for support and help, and how they've spent so much on his hospital bills and stuff, and they're calling for help and support. So even I saw the video, and then I just in my head I was thinking that sometimes, no disrespect to the medical system or the private sector, I just feel like sometimes maybe you should just move the person to, or source other opinions in terms of taking the person like to the general hospital, where I believe that they have more professional hands, more people who have, or medical practitioners who have seen a lot more cases. Like I said, we're not sure. We don't know what exactly, that's, if, I don't know if it's diabetes, I don't know if it is kidney issues, we don't know if it's liver issues, whatever it is that might require for them to cut. Does he have an injury on one? Do you understand? We don't really know. So, but I feel like sometimes all you might just have to do is seek a second opinion, and just maybe there might lie a solution there. So, but it will be sad. But God forbid.
And he just turned 62.
Yeah, and it was celebrated right there on the sick bed. So, God forbid that it gets to that point. But if push comes to shove, better you lose one leg than lose your life completely. So there has to be a solution somewhere. But I think that they should seek a second, while of course soliciting for support financially. You can still seek a second opinion.
James Silas, this also calls to question how we see our greats, the way they fall, and we ask ourselves, well, let it not be said that it was for want of financial assistance that we would lose this man.
Absolutely. That also comes to play, it's not just for the man. We have a lot of people who are also facing the same thing. It still boils down to, having a system or government that sort of provides a situation where, I don't know if I just put it at health insurance, do you understand, that covers, look at the entertainment industry. I doubt that there's any form of health insurance or support around that. Maybe there probably is, but I don't know. I really don't know. But I feel like even from the system, abroad, there are some people are not feeling well. They're not even thinking about looking for money that will sometimes the system, the system will support you or will take care of you, and maybe later, sometimes the taxpayers will bear the cost. Somehow, some way the system will try to take care of you. But in this case, it's almost a lost hope. Once we have this kind of thing coming up, I mean, you'll be lucky if some one government official somewhere, decides to jump on it as PR and help you at the end of the day. It's like it makes them look good. But I wish him all the best, though. And but people should, support as much as they can. There are account numbers out there. I mean, these days it goes beyond prayers. They need money. All right.
Well, so if you're just joining, you're on to the grapevine, and for us to spend this amount of time, it's just to tell you how great an impact this man has made in Nigeria's Nollywood itself. So that tells you, you would have different experience of his movies that would make you laugh, and we just recall it, and that's why you can see we're dwelling on it a great deal here. So let's just make sure while we're still healthy, we take care of ourselves and just make sure that we live well. Next, we drift away now to the father of a twin. I remember the last time you were here, it was more like, let's allow this man announce the news. So he's taking his time. It has gotten to that point now. So he's done it. Father Baba Beji, that's what it is. But it is not the twins we're talking about. But then how can we not, what would we gain if we would not mention that he's father of twins? In this case. But it's that Davido has confirmed plans to release a Netflix documentary. David is just restless with creativity.
I mean, this is not the first time he's mentioning this, but it's seeming like they are done with it now. I don't know if the arrival of the twins is supposed to be part
of it. You see why
he
came? You see now I mentioned it now.
So it's I mean, probably possible, but he had mentioned earlier that he was working on a documentary, and I think it's it's only right that yes, you tell your story as good as you can. David stepped into the industry, I think it was in 2007, and from that, 2007? Yeah, or 2007 or 2008, thereabout. And since that time, he's been probably up there till date. He just has been back to back on the road with the records, with the tours, with, in the news, back to back till date. And I mean, there's a lot of story, that he might have to tell, or that he may need to tell as it is. Backstories, the secrets to, or maybe nuggets as to how he was able to pull it through. There are personally, I've heard, different things that has happened behind the news, or and I feel like he probably would have exposed or shared a lot of these stories in the documentary. And it's that's what happens everywhere. You just have to. You can't get to this level of success and not have a story to tell from your own, direct from your mic. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I think it will be. And putting on Netflix, I think he's going to cash out on it as well. It'll be interesting. I would like to hear the video story. I'd like to know. I will be looking forward to that.
James Silas, do you see this documentary, if it comes out eventually, as putting paid to all of these side talks of? If it's not because your dad is has the backing, you would not be here. Do you think it will finally put paid, or it will be a case of you will explain with documentary tire?
No, I think it will go beyond just trying to deal with the story of his father being having money. Truth is, I'm sure he has shared this probably a couple of times, or maybe not. I don't know, but I'm privy to that information that David's career did not start with his father. David had actually gained a level of recognition in the industry before the father came on board. In fact, somewhere around the line, some people were investors in his career. Friends were investors in his career. And all the dad did was step in and say, okay, so that he doesn't get into maybe not trouble of losing. David wouldn't have lost in any way. But I feel like the father just wanted to protect the talent and investment, and decided to clear out all those people, buy them all out, and put the money in the family.
See that?
Yeah.
And for me, what I found instructive as I was getting ready for the show today was that where he dropped something, just a small one for people to ponder over, how he ran a record label for about 4 years without even collecting a dime from his signees.
And that's David for you. Over the years, we've seen that level of what's the word, benevolence. He's a very, very giving guy. He's a very, and if you listen to some of his interviews, both in the past and recent, he'll tell you that it comes from a family where the father was taking care of a lot of people. There's just that love, and there's been mentions of different people living in the entertainment industry who have been touched even by his mom. Do you understand? Yeah, his late mom. I think one of them I will mention here is Mr. Makondi. The interesting guy on social media. That his WAEC form was bought by David's mom, late mom. So you can imagine they've had this kind of situations over the. I mean, don't forget when Davido, his birthday, was it last year or last 2 years?
When he
was 30 or something. Yeah, so you got people and raised over 250 million naira. That, and he also added another 50 million of his own from his own pocket, and put it out to charity. So he has been known for this, and I mean at that time, and he was always saying it, and some people probably didn't even believe or didn't think that was possible, that all the guys on his label, that they were all on it, and they were getting money and getting their cash direct to themselves. Imagine how much money he was making. The labels, I mean,
yes.
Once we were affiliated to David, they were making a lot of money, and I'm sure it was not just about people that he signed on. It was also about people that he collaborated with. He did, he had record with different people based on collaboration, and you can imagine that he didn't ask for a split sheet or give them. Come on.
We could just go on, but let's just wait and keep our fingers crossed. Buy popcorn, just get the drinks free, cool enough until the documentary comes out to explain it greatly. But let's get on to someone who also hasn't gotten it very easy too, but then, like people will say, it's not even easy for Mr. Eazi, and we are talking about Mr. Eazi, Mr. Eazi himself. So he said he stumbled accidentally into music, but then if you stumble into something accidentally, why stay inside? It means you love the accident you stumbled into then.
I mean, it's also, it happens, the way he said he stumbled into music. I think somehow, somewhere, I wish there was clarity in that response or question that was asked. But with what I saw in the report, he just thought to give it a go, and they say, okay, you just try your luck, and you hit the jackpot, but that will not take out the fact that Mr. Eazi has been is also a very hardworking person. He's also very should I say innovative. He's a smart guy, very smart guy. He's one of the. At a point in this industry, I don't know about right now. I haven't checked the stats, but David, Mr. Eazi is actually one of the richest. I'm talking about the music entertainment business. Music business is one of the richest artists in Africa,
and it has nothing to do with the association with
no.
By extension,
absolutely not. No,
it has nothing.
This is the music business itself.
Yes.
He's not. If they say, "Oh, mention your top 10 artists or whatever," if they even give you say, "Okay, write who you think are the richest in Nigeria or Africa," you clearly forget. You will not even mention it. But meanwhile, that's one of the most richest artists, people who have made money from music.
Let's get on to the next celestial being, and this one, Sappy Girl. That's talking about Ayra Starr. Well, 6 years ago, they said, well, I was selling vegetables and fruits with a grandmother. So it seems as it looks now, with our artists, our musicians, if you like, we've had one who sold plantain. We had
Maya.
Okay, yes. So now we have this one now. She sold vegetables and fruits. Walk us through the story.
It's everybody has a story, If I tell you my own story, so you think it's, and still I've not made it. I'm still hustling. Okay. So, but you can imagine Ayra Starr, if she's telling you that she used to sell vegetables and fruits with her grandmother. Okay. I don't think it's not a big deal, and I don't think she's lying. Is what it is. Sometimes, like I said, a lot of people have their stories, and it's only interesting, or it can be interesting when they come out to tell you that this is so. Because, of course, now she's a superstar. She's one of the biggest female, or even generally art musicians in Nigeria. You can add Africa to that as well. She has done really, really well for herself. In fact, she stepped in and has maintained momentum since her announcement by Don Jazzy. So you can only imagine and think that, maybe they just brought her, she just showed up and became from nowhere. But she had a life, she had a secret life somewhere before where she was a nobody, and from there, look at where she is today. And it's only proper that sometimes, like I always say, that these stories need to be told, need to be shared. So you don't just think that, well, because you're somewhere, maybe supporting your family, selling on the street, and anything can happen at any time. If you are talented, groom your talent, do what you can do. Do you understand? Just one day, somehow, some way, opportunity will smile at you, and boom, your life, your story will change.
See Ayra Starr, Safi girl, as it is right now, you can't even picture the vegetables and fruits you would see her at the
It will be
moment.
difficult to imagine that
It's
right now.
so difficult. The Actors Guild of Nigeria pulls out of the Federation of Nollywood Guilds. What is really the issue here? Why can't we unite these people?
And this is still, a lot of time for me and some of my colleagues. When we say entertainment industry, truthfully, it's a struggle when we say entertainment industry, because some people argue to the fact that we don't really have an industry. Do you understand?
Yes.
It's just an open field where everybody is doing whatever they need to do, and some people are trying to put it together and stuff. But I don't know how much of support, or I don't know how to put it, but where we don't really have people who are coming together as much as it is portrayed, to say they're coming together to have like an association or a guild and whatever you call it. Some people are just all to something else entirely. So which is why we always hear about these clashes, and these ones are separating from these other ones, and I sometimes makes me wonder, it's just like the public offices where you see the perks are a lot and interesting. Everybody wants a bit of the cake, and just maybe if you make all of these bodies too unattractive for people to want to sit on, and without conflict. I don't know, but there will always be conflict when you have a lot of people doing something. I don't know, but at this point, if the Actors Guild are pulling out from the Federation of Nollywood, I don't know. It's just too many things going on. I'm sure if we check the details, you see that it might just be one small problem. Sometimes it can even be money. Nobody knows. They just go at each other every other time, and it's actually messy when you hear it in the news from time to time.
Yes.
And then they want the new people that are coming into the industry to come and join. And well, how do we want to join when we see all of this drama going on? And the truth is that it's not just about the movie industry. It happens as well in the music part of the business. You have P-Man dragging this one.
It's been a long while. I haven't heard of P-Man.
Oh, you'll be shocked that it's still there. We have those ones. At one corner, we have the collection cushion somewhere. We have, and none of it's everybody at loggerheads. Sometimes I wonder if there's some kind of money that is always dropped from time to time from the government, where they have to share, and then that will still cause problems. I know sometimes, like the collecting bodies or whatever, they get some kind of royalty that they have to share to. Still,
how much?
We don't know. Do you understand? I really don't know. But one of the things that I believe might help the situation is when the government steps in proper and try. But even with the government, there's a concern of the government coming to control the narratives, or coming to control how it works or how it should work, and which might not favor some other parties. They don't want it to be politicized as well. So it's all shades of messy. I don't know how we can move forward with this situation, but we can only hope for the best.
When you even just oppose that with what's going on in America, where the Writers Guild, you see how organized.
Well, you see that, you see how organized that is. When they said we're going to go on strike, they did, and they held it down for a long time. Do you understand? Last time they were discussing about calling off the strike and stuff. But you see how organized, and without noise, there's no issue. Just everybody together. So by the time you have, in our own case, this faction of people are going this way, these other ones are going left. And recently, I don't know if you heard in the news that Lagos State announced a film village.
The groundbreaking was done yesterday.
Do you understand? So you can imagine who was the film village created for. Is it not for the same industry of people who are going left and right with themselves? how can we benefit from this particular initiative? I mean, this is not good news at all.
Okay. So that looks like a fine place to just hope that they would get their acts together and unite for the industry, and then give us quality and make the industry proud, and we Nigerians also proud with the quality they churn out. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
James Silas. James Silas, give me a
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, comment, and let us know what you think about any of the stories today. Like, share with your friends. Let them know that we have this show going on YouTube, and we'll see you on the next one. God bless you.